hanging out at the Benzinga Cannabis Capital Conference in the windy city of Chicago, and I'm joined by my man David M. DiGiacomo.
Yeah.
I told you I'd nail the name. Partner at Venture Best, great to see you.
Yeah, you too.
First off, for the people that should be here that aren't, give them a vibe check. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Really good crowd, a ton of people just hanging out. Full trade show happening kind of right behind us, or right in front of us, I guess. But yeah, it's awesome. Really good crew, tons of people just meeting. Good to see old friends and new faces for sure. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we didn't partake, but there's our friends from another company dropped off some microdosing mushroom soda. So it's all happening.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing to see all the products just here.
It really is.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Let's talk about what you're doing at Venture Best in the industry. You guys have been on the forefront of this legally for a long time. I think that a lot of people just need to have more understanding of why what the law firms are doing, especially yours, is so important right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's great. We've been working in the cannabis space as Michael Best and Friedrich, the Venture Best, on our emerging growth side for 6 years in the cannabis practice. So it's amazing on an emerging growth industry just to see that long tail. It's been fun. I joined Michael Best 6 years ago, and we kicked off the cannabis practice in part because we're a full-service firm and had just so many opportunities to say, hey, here's good clients, here's people nationally that could use help on the legal side. Everything from, just basic transactional work to regulatory guidance, setting up structure. Especially in an industry like this, as things are emerging, things are changing, got to have your finger on that pulse and just kind of know what's going on. It's been really fun in the last few years to watch, New York, Michigan,
Michigan's my
Ohio.
hometown.
Yeah, some fun markets coming on, figure out things there, help people just navigate those things. So,
David, what do you think is the biggest misconception about the industry right now?
I mean, externally, I think the biggest misconception is that this is just like a true gold mine for everyone, and things are easy. You just open a store,
money's
and
dropping from the sky.
Money's just going to rain. You just open your one dispensary, and here you are. It's fascinating to watch, and I have that conversation all the time with even partners and friends who are not in this space who are like, oh, it's just so easy. It's a complicated industry. You have a lot of headwind, a lot of excitement at the same time, but just a lot of detail to navigate on how you set up your business, how you deal with taxes, how you deal with regulatory. It's highly taxed, highly regulated. You got to be really, really good at operating a business in this space, which I think a lot of people don't understand how much skill it takes just to operate a business.
Oh, it does. It does. That's obviously where the legal side, like you mentioned, comes in. Michael Best, Venture Best. But the other side of that coin is this. This is, as we talked about, an emerging industry. Where do you see things going in the next 5-10 years? Because to me, talking to all the great people like you throughout this conference and obviously just in this space the last couple of years, it seems pretty darn exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's amazing. And you mentioned the mushroom product. Like, there's so many new emerging products, so much going on. I've been in this industry for 10 years, right? Started doing cannabis deals and investment transactions in 2014. And just watching that through the last decade, I'm going to tell you, my crystal ball, very cloudy on what's going to happen in the next few years.
I was told you were a soothsayer.
Yeah. When I look, at what's happened in the last 10 years, it's amazing just to think how much progress we've made. There's still a long way to go, right? Rescheduling, whether or not that happens, we're a month away from maybe some proposed rules there.
Right.
Maybe some banking access at some point would be super helpful for clients. Some sort of, change on federal tax structure, any of that. But whether or when that's going to happen, obviously we have an election year coming up. A lot of people get excited or not. I think, it's really tough to predict again on the crystal ball. But where that goes after our election cycle, maybe we'll start to see some relief. I'm not super hopeful that it's going to be a quick turnaround. And so probably still continue to focus on the fundamentals, what we've been doing for a decade. So.
Well, and I'm not gonna press you on the crystal ball or the golden squatch, whatever we want to call it. But whatever happens with the election, we don't know. The bottom line, though, is do you feel, obviously, especially from where you sit in the legal side of things, that we are inching at least closer to legalization, where that is going to open the door for so many other things? I'm not asking you to make a prediction, but do you feel like we're inching closer to that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have a large plurality of states that have some sort of cannabis program.
Michigan's always been cool.
Medical, recreational. You just have so much going on in the industry. There's definitely a groundswell. At some point, also you look at what's happening with hemp and all the D9 beverages. You got the functional mushroom beverages. I think at some point the federal government just has to look and wake up and say, wait a minute, how do we make this make more sense? We'd love to actively help people in that conversation, how we set that up. It's a great spot for us to work and help people along that path. So, there's definitely some changes going to come. I think it's going to be driven by just the groundswell of consumer interest that's here and already exists. We're not going to make that go away. So, yeah.
David Giacomo, the partner at Ventures Best. You are the best. Really appreciate the conversation.
Thank
it's an
you.
exciting time to be alive, right?
Yeah. It's a great time to be alive. Great time to be here at Benzinga. You guys throwing a great event. It's been super fun to hang out and catch up with folks. So.
The honor and pleasure is ours. Thanks so much for the conversation. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Cheers.